Oh, guys, welcome to the third episode of For the Record. My name is Tim Blackwell, and every week, and this has been week 3, I'm going to be asking you, Joe Hildebrand, 4 burning questions from the news of the world.
I love it when questions burn. Burn them all.
Burn.
I say.
Really burn.
Fully sick burn.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Very good. I'm known to have FOMO at the best of times.
Yes.
But over the weekend, just gone, I deliberately stayed off the internet because the Glastonbury Music Festival is next to, obviously, the birth of my children, my favourite place on earth.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're one. I mean, you operate in a kind of stratosphere where you can have your favourite music festivals.
Yes.
Like whereas I
you have
operate
your favourite
in
shows on Sky News to appear on.
That's exactly right. I have my favourite Foxtel channel to watch while I'm drunk on the couch.
Yeah. Bravo is my Glastonbury.
That's right.
So anyway,
so I love a bit of Glasto.
And also, it's the best 2 weeks of the year weather-wise over there, right? So it's perfect. It's just perfect, and the music is amazing.
It only rains half the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and there's Wimbledon on, and the bloody Formula One's on, and everyone's happy. Their shirts off in Hyde
That's
Park.
exactly because it's 22 degrees. So everyone's sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, but let's talk about Glastonbury 2025 as our topic, and I will kick off for question number 1 with a statement from the Evers family. Now, the Evers family started Glastonbury about 70 years ago.
Yep,
and this
the
was
day
their
after
statement.
Jimi Hendrix died.
Is that right?
Yeah. I found that out in my research.
So Jimi Hendrix, because the famous Jimi
guitar
Hendrix
player.
Yeah,
it is that
player.
one. That Jimi Hendrix, not another
one. He's the American Tommy Emmanuel, right?
Come on, he's not a scratch on Tommy Emmanuel, but he's good.
But
he's not Emmanuel
Tommy's
good.
Still on Today Extra. Come on, mate.
Still shredding.
Glastonbury Festival was created in 1970, as the statement reads, and a place for people to come together and rejoice in music, the arts, and the best of human endeavour. As a festival, we stand against all forms of war and terrorism. We will always believe in and actively campaign for hope, unity, peace, and love. So that's nice so far.
Oh, yeah, great.
With almost 4,000 performances at Glastonbury 2025, there will be inevitably artists and speakers appearing on our stages whose views we don't share. And performers' presence here should never be seen as a tactic endorsement of their opinions and beliefs.
Right. So just because Adolf Hitler is on the bill doesn't mean we support his views on, racial politics.
He's got a good chance. However, we are appalled by the statements made from the Westholt stage by Bob Villan yesterday. Their chants very much crossed the line, and we urgently remind everybody involved in the production of the festival there is no place at Glastonbury for anti-Semitism, hate speech, or incitement of violence. So question number 1 for you.
Nice.
I'll do the sting again.
Please.
Music festivals have always been a place for expression of all kinds. Expression. Yep. Why has this hit different, do you think, with Kneecap and with Bob Villan?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Firstly, the organisers of Glastonbury can't pretend that they were taken by surprise by this, because Glastonbury happened fully a month after one of the singers, performers, rappers, whatever, from Kneecap had been charged with a terrorism-related offence because of a previous incident. So they knew that these guys
what was that offence? Was that stealing something?
That was covering himself with the Hezbollah flag.
That's right.
And shouting, chanting, whatever you want to call it, up Hamas, up Hezbollah at a previous music festival in November of 2024. So just a year and a bit after the October 7 attack. So they knew these guys had form. Before we get into
I saw Kneecap at the Domain in Sydney.
Oh, good.
I didn't see you there. But they were amazing. But they had a Tory chant.
Yeah. So they said, I think it was the only good Tory is a dead Tory.
Yeah.
Go kill your local Tory MP.
Yeah.
Well, Camilla Parker Bowles is doing just that. So, at least someone's listening.
Oh, she might have been there. That might have been
why
she
was
a
like, fan. That's right. Surprised she was a fan.
She's like, okay.
That's right. So I think there's nothing. Anyway, so there's nothing wrong with. You want performers to be kind of edgy, and there's, Jimi Hendrix. We talk about Jimi Hendrix. When he played Woodstock, his famous thing was him mimicking the sounds of a helicopter and gunfire on his Fender Stratocaster and then setting it alight in protest against the Vietnam War.
I saw, actually, I think it was Wycliffe Jean tried to replicate that at the Woodstock 99, and he just couldn't light the guitar on fire.
Woodstock 99, wasn't that...
That's a whole other for the record.
You're in the zeitgeist if you're at Woodstock 99. There's nothing sad about that.
Yeah.
But I think it's the, again, when anyone talks about free speech, and I don't like the idea of people being charged over what they say or whatever. However,
should we mention? Are you allowed to say what Bob Villain said?
Yeah, so let's do what Bob. So Bob Villain, just to be, this is an interesting. Bob Villain is not a person. Bob Villain is two people.
Two people, yeah.
It's a duo named Bobby Villain and Bobby Villain, one with a Y and one with an IE.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it was Bobby Villain with a Y.
It was YLAN.
Who Bobby who did the thing where the killing thing.
The killing thing.
The dead thing.
Yeah, the dead thing.
So have you got to grab it? No.
I think I do.
Oh.
So can you see my eyes moving?
Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. All right, but have you heard this one, though? Death, death to the IDF. Death, death to the IDF. Death, death to the IDF.
So I think that was the bit
Was that
where
the
it
bit?
crossed the line.
Yeah.
Where you actually say we should be killing Israeli soldiers.
Yes.
Or maybe, I mean, this is the thing when you do those chants. Maybe he's just saying, I hope, everyone in the IDF just spontaneously dies of natural causes.
Yes.
So I think that is the line. So in all free speech arguments, the big red line is always incitement to violence. So you can't say, if a mobster says to a hitman, I want you to go and whack Johnny Snake Eyes, you can't then say, oh, hey, it's just free speech. So there's always incitement to violence. The old cliche is free speech does not mean yelling fire in a crowded theatre. If people can be hurt by what you're saying, physically hurt, and there's a reasonable expectation that that would happen, then that's not okay.
So have police or government officials done anything about this particular chant?
Yeah. So this is the,
or is this all just
no? They're
talk?
looking into it, and so this is the other weird thing, which is that the cops in the UK, there's obviously laws against incitement to violence, laws against hate speech, which are very controversial and contentious and have resulted in the cops rocking up at people's door because of something they've posted on social media. And of course, there's the charge that's already been laid against the Kneecap singer for expressing support for a prescribed terrorist organisation, a banned terrorist organisation, which Hamas and Hezbollah are. So that's the other question. Do you actually want police to be involved in, even if you're saying, all right, you can't go around saying death to the IVF, even the peace-loving mung beans who run Glastonbury and charge people $800 to enter, even they're saying that. But do you actually want the cops to sort of be...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's a very political festival too. I mean, they do really wear their heart on their sleeve. Obviously, I don't believe in that, and I think the statement that we read at the start shows that they don't agree or believe in that kind of
Although
speech.
they did have people there selling Palestinian flags for 10 quid. Apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah, apparently.
Merge tents.
So I'm not sure.
They do actually have a beautiful, like a Glastonbury markets. They do have a market.
It's
an
arts festival as well, isn't it?
I bought a velvet tassel jacket from there.
Of course you did.
Just because, why not?
Just.
I didn't have a Palestinian flag on it. It was just a normal velvet tassel jacket.
Death to the idea. How much was the jacket? Please? Oh, thank you very much.
It was expensive.
Yeah. This is the other, because it is a lot. Like, it is £350 for general admission. Like, it's a lot of money to get through the door. So
I will defend Glastonbury on that, though, because it's 4 or 5 days of camping, 4,000 acts. Like, you can actually spend a week there,
Yeah.
Whatever.
It feels like a week.
Feels like. Can I ask you this then? Because, just devil's advocate, is this kind of speech, because these bands are in the mainstream, they are really, I mean, they're on the Pyramid stage and the whole West Holt stage and stuff out at Glastonbury, the biggest music festival in the world. This is not some little laneway little thing happening in a suburban town. So, but is this mainstream attention seeking? Because this kind of wasn't happening really when I was a kid.
Great question.
Or is there something to it going, maybe they do need to be this drastic to get people talking about something that they clearly think is appalling what's going on?
Well, this is the really interesting part. So, firstly, people are already talking about what's happening in Israel and Gaza. Like, everyone, all the activists go, we need to talk about Gaza.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Gaza. Like, there is pretty much no news organisation in the world that is not reporting what's happening in Gaza. Everybody is talking about it. It is the most hot international issue by a country mile. I mean, everyone from Donald Trump down is talking about it. So this idea that you're just raising awareness is obviously complete horseshit.
But what I mean by that, though, is to their people, though, because I don't believe that the people there are necessarily you know what I mean? Like, this is their place to have a voice.
But again, everyone, they are selling Palestinian flags for £10 a pop at the festival. You could not get more aware. So the idea is we just have to make some noise.
Yeah, true.
It's just absolute horseshit. The other question is how much do they really care about it? Because the interesting thing, when Kneecap, meant to be totally hardcore, because they're called Kneecap, because that's what the IRA did to informers in Belfast. But when they're actually confronted by it or facing potential charges or something, they actually say, oh, no, this is just part of our persona. This is part of the act. So they're actually admitting that all these extreme positions they take, supporting, saying up Hamas, up Hezbollah, they actually say, oh, we don't actually really believe that. We're just saying it to sound hardcore. I mean, that is actually the message they're sending. So it's a kind of activist cosplay that these musos are doing just for show, just for their own badass image. But then they're sort of suckering the crowd along with it. And that was kind of the thing that actually stuck in my craw a bit because, they're obviously sucking all these sort of, with the exception of your good self, of course, but these festival goers who are just mindlessly chanting whatever the, cause du jour is because these people are egging them on. And then out of the other side of the performance mouth saying, oh, but by the way, we don't actually believe this stuff. Don't charge us.
You do get a bit
kill
trapped.
Tories. Oh, no, we don't really say that.
You do get a bit trapped when you're in a place like that, though, because you don't think that anyone is outside your little bubble.
No, that's exactly
It's like people who do podcasts in their bedrooms and think just because I'm doing this into a laptop, no one's going to ever hear this or write about this in the news.
It's also, this is the other thing. The other thing is when you write a book, and you just say, what? And you just say, no one's going to read this as, I killed him, but he had it covered. Anyway, this is my side of the story.
No one's going to see it.
Yeah. And then, anytime you see a news yarn that's just like, oh my God, how did that get out? And it's like always in her upcoming memoir. But yeah, so it's not like they said, hey, Kneecap, you said kill Tory MPs. It's not like they said, yeah, damn right, because those Tory MPs are killing working class people every single day, and it's about time that it's like, oh no, we didn't really mean that.
Well, it's a bit like that bloke that shot the health insurance guy in the US. Like he was like a hero to young people, because he allegedly had killed hundreds of thousands of people with his actions or whatever.
That's right. So at least
no, it's not the same. You actually shot him in the back of the head.
I do not endorse that behaviour. But this guy, like that guy was like. It's not like he actually did because he's pleading not guilty. So he did kind of say, actually, I made this incredibly courageous.
What was his name?
Luigi Mangione, I think it was.
He's a hero to
that's
people.
right. The radical left, and allegedly, because again, he's pleading not guilty.
Even though there's vision of it.
But this is the thing. Like it's a bit like my beloved former colleague Antoinette Latouche. It's like I was sacked for merely stating the facts, or I was sacked for boldly having the courage to stand up for my conviction. So it's kind of like, which is it? It's like that's where the sausage gets made, where you have these people pretending to be hardcore, but then saying, oh, actually, no, being hard, we're not really hardcore. That's just a persona we put on. That's just an act. And it's
like the Beach Boys never surfed.
There was nothing less. I think the drummer did.
That's it. That was the Kneecap of the 60s.
That's the Beach Boys.
Round, get around.
Get around. The Beach Boys, famed anarchist, Irish language, insurrectionist rappers, but great harmonies. Tim Blackwell.
Oh, yes.
For $64,000.
Oh, yes.
Are you A, going on holiday, B, going to hospital, C, going to the bathroom, or D, going to throw up when you realise I don't have a punchline?
I'm not going. We're taking a break. You
are taking a break, which is very exciting.
I'm going on a work holiday for a little primetime Saturday afternoon show on Channel 9 called Getaway.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
Yes.
And so where are you getting away to?
You're either drunk or getting the kids into the bar, or both.
Well, that's the only way. It's the only way I get to experience the joys of travel these days is by watching cool young influencers like yourself.
Me and David Rain.
Exploring new frontiers in this beautiful planet. There's no planet B. Where are you going? I imagine it's somewhere really sort of off-piste. I imagine it's because it's not like you to just go to, say, the world's most popular holiday destination where everybody is travelling to these days,
No, I'm
including
going-
literally my next door neighbour.
I'm going off the beaten track.
Off the beaten track, yeah.
Tokyo. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.